Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Arizona.
A long homestand continues here in the great state of Arizona, in the heart of the desert, where the Braves, they'll certainly warm up after traveling from Georgia. It's the Atlanta Braves. It's a 4-game series on Fox Sports Arizona. Both of these teams are 7-5 to start off the championship season of 2012. Hi, folks. Trust your day has been a good one, and welcome back to the ballpark. This is Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton, and we hope, if you're a Diamondbacks fan, that it's a good day for Josh Collmenter. You see, Collmenter, so many big games last year, so many victories. This year, including spring training, it hasn't been the case. But all we have to do is to look back to what he did a season ago to the Atlanta Braves in 2 starts.
Well, there's a big reason Josh Collmenter was the number 3 starter going into this year. It's because he threw the ball so well last year, Darren Sutton. It has been a struggle, no question about it, through the spring. But last year, especially against these Atlanta Braves, he absolutely dominated. And if you watch where he's throwing the baseball, nothing in the middle of the plate. That's where Josh did most of his damage, on the corners, up out of the strike zone, using the good changeup, using the good fastball. Nothing in the middle of the plate. The problem is this year for Josh, too many pitches in the middle of the plate. It's gotten him hurt.
The Diamondbacks have a tough decision to make this winter with regard to Miguel Montero, keeping a catcher long term. Braves fans will tell you it's worked out very nice for us with Brian McCann.
Yeah, Brian McCann is just a terrific catcher. He's one of the best in the game, if not the best, Darren. He's offense, he's defense, he's the entire package. He's a left-handed hitter that can handle left-handed pitchers, and he's a guy that's got some thunder in his bat. He's the guy in the middle of the order that you have to keep quiet. If Brian McCann has success, the Braves have success.
And by the way, Chipper Jones is not in the starting lineup tonight. If you plan on coming out this weekend, he will play at least 2 of the remaining 3 games. Gracie and I, glad to have you with us. He is, I think, serving as the assistant manager tonight. He will pinch hit at some point. When we come back, we'll bring Mark McClune into the fold. He is down on the diamond. He will get us set. It's game 1 of a 4-gamer, the Atlanta Braves and the Arizona Diamondbacks.
pitch at Chase Field. The roof is wide open as the Diamondbacks start the first of 4 against the Atlanta Braves. And welcome to the field. Mark McClune with you. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace will be along in a matter of moments. The Diamondbacks trying to get back on the winning track, but will have to do it without 2 of their biggest stars. Chris Young is on the disabled list, and manager Kirk Gibson says that Justin Upton may be headed there as well if anybody else gets hurt. Let's start with Upton, who has a sore left thumb. He was down in the cage today trying to take some swings, but will serve as a pinch runner, the same capacity he was in yesterday. Upton was on the phone today with his good friend David Wright of the New York Mets, also nursing a finger injury, trying to get it right and not have to go on the disabled list. Meanwhile, Chris Young crashed into the left center field fence on Tuesday night against the Pirates. He is done for 15 days. A little disappointed. Young is said he was down in the clubhouse, of course, stormed out of the gate, hitting .410, but he will have to shut it down for 15 days and hopes to get it back. Manager Kirk Gibson joked about the 2, though. Between his 2 stars, they each have 2 good arms. The Diamondbacks have their work cut out for them tonight against the hard-hitting Atlanta Braves, 5-1 in their last 6 games and scored the 2nd most runs in the National League. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace have the call. Josh Colementor gets the ball, and it's next on Fox Sports Arizona.
By Gila River. Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you in part by Gila River. Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Back at the ball yard, glad to have you with us. A big night for Josh Colementor. We talked about the successes he had last season against Atlanta in the big leagues and in the playoffs, but he's kind of at a put-up point in his career. Let's take a look at the lineup he will face for the Atlanta Braves. The dangerous Michael Bourne, Martin Prado, Freddie Freeman right behind him, slugger Brian McCann. It's Dan Uggla, a great year for Jason Hayward. Juan Francisco, Tyler Pasternicki is the new shortstop for the Braves, and Mike Minor is on the mound. Freddie Gonzalez, the skipper of these Atlanta Braves. We showed you earlier, Chipper Jones will be seated by him for a majority of the evening, all facing Josh Colementor. Numbers presented by our Arizona Ford dealers, and they're tough, I'm sure, for Josh to look at. It's been a start against Colorado in which he gave up 5 runs in 4 innings, a start against San Francisco in which he gave up 6 runs in 3 innings.
Yeah, it's been an ugly start to the season for Josh. The good news is he's got a lot of run support. What he needs to do is just get those balls to the corners of the plate, which he did all of last year. And if he can get through an inning or 2 of scoreless baseball, we've seen him get on some rolls, Darren. It can get impressive with Josh Colementor.
And boy, are they creeped in on the corners for speedster and veteran Michael Bourne. Fastball strike right at the letters, 0-1 the count. And if he gets that, that's going to help.
That's going to open up the rest of his arsenal. He can use the changeup. He can use the fastball in, which he needs to use.
Ground ball, got to get over to the bag. Goldschmidt does, and in time for the out. Hit hard. Got a lot of home plate. Let's take a look at the Diamondbacks defensively, working behind the fly ball pitcher, which means Kubel, Pollock, and Parra very important out there for the Diamondbacks. Ryan Roberts, Willie Bloomquist with Aaron Hill and Paul Goldschmidt. Henry Blanco, the 40-year-old, gets to start tonight. Kubel instead of Parra, Pollock instead of Young, and Parra instead of Upton. And of course, that's how it shifts around, and then the veteran trying to keep it all together behind home plate. Martin Prado takes a pitch that is low. 1-0 the count. The 28-year-old out of Maracay in Venezuela. 11 of 44 to open the campaign and has always hit the Diamondbacks. Changeup, 2-0. '26-year-old right-hander. On 2-0, misses high, 3-0 the count. He has gone 3-0 this year in 11% of all opposing plate appearances. League average is 5, so he is twice league average in going 3-0 so far.
Which is unlike him, because he has been his entire career in the minor leagues. In high school, he's always been a strike thrower.
And that's high, and that is ball 4. The other part of his season is he does have 5 walks now with 6 strikeouts. Guy that battles a strikeout bugaboo on occasion, but got a lot of Rookie of the Year votes, is on the scene, Freddie Freeman. Matter of fact, it was Freeman that finished second in the Rookie of the Year voting. Couple of places behind him, Josh Coleman. Closer Craig Kimbrell won the award of the Atlanta Braves. Here is Freeman. Leaked out front of a change. Yeah. Yes, he did.
Good pitch. First pitch change up. You can see right off the very tip of the bat. It was good to see Josh come back with a strike and work ahead.
Freeman last year had 7 hits in 18 at bats against Arizona. He looks at a defense really playing him to pull. Inside off the plate. Ryan Roberts is 40 feet away from that third base line. He's nowhere near it. Outfield almost straight up, though.
Which tells you that if he hits it on the ground, he tends to pull the baseball. Anything in the air, not so.
There's your outfield, just peeking over the wall. High and inside. 2-1 the count to Freeman. Well, he did have quite a campaign. That's why he and his mate were right up there in Kimbrell in the voting. 21 home runs a season ago. You get yourself into double digits as a rookie, you've done good things.
Especially in a big ballpark like Turner Field.
Back of the batter's box. Swing and a miss. He can swing and miss some, too.
Just threw that one right by him. He goes middle in with a belt-high fastball and just throws it right by Freddie Freeman.
Freddie's already stacked up 16 strikeouts this year.
That's a bunch.
Which means he plays a little bit as a high wire act. That means he's a young power hitter. There's a lot of those.
Right back in they go.
Lifted left field, pretty well struck. Kubel going back to the track, to the wall, and it's gone, and it's 2-0 Atlanta Braves.
Well, Josh Coleman just got burned again by missing his location. Tried to come inside and went right down the middle. And every time you do that this year, Josh, he has gotten hurt. All set up for another fastball in. Let's take a walk. You want it inside. Oh, no. Right down the middle again, and Freddie Freeman torches it. 2-0 Braves.
So big in a sense for the Braves because they're playing well of late, but they haven't hit in the first inning. Curveball and a dandy, 0-1 the count. it's been the Diamondbacks in their games that have done a ton of hitting in inning number 1. But the Braves, they have been slow out of the gates. Not tonight. This is a club that's hitting about $1.50. Atlanta in the first inning, and this is different. Look, they've already scored 2. They had scored 3 all season long in the first. Look at what Arizona's done. Belting, right field. Going back is Parra. He spins, he leaps, and he makes the play. A fantastic play by Gerardo Parra, because quite honestly, he started out with a bit of a misstep.
Another loud ball from these Atlanta Braves. This ball is smoked by Brian McCann. And as you said, he kind of got turned around and ended up having to make a leap and snare it, well, kind of behind his head. It's a heck of a play by Parra. 2 outs. And this is one of those, Darren, where it's just, you know, Josh Colmenter gets Michael Bourne out. What does he do next? 4-pitch walk. So he puts a free guy on base, and then he's got Freddie Freeman all set up to throw either a changeup or waste a fastball or something like that. It's good to see those dugout microphones are working. And he ends up throwing a fastball right down the middle, and it goes out of the ballpark.
I know those guys are a little ticked off that, you know, Mr. McCann, he's not knocking it out of the yard down there, but they scored all of 1 run against him last year. So they should just be thrilled that they're getting him in small doses. But Brian, a competitor. 2-1 the count to Dan Ugla. He is so much fun to cover, too. Interesting way he was described today. As that one is high, 3-1 the count. He did not go around. McCann described today by a lot of his teammates and a coach or two as kind of the next Chipper. It's becoming his room. Chipper's still down there, but he is the heir apparent. Bouncing ball out to third. Ryan Roberts has been working on his throwing, and he gets it across the diamond. McCann didn't join in the party, but many of the others did. There is Mr. Jones. Game this season, minus the pitchers. Certainly Gibson has had to work around things. Now he has to work around with a new lineup for his pitcher, who has him in the hole. 2-0 is the score, with A.J. Pollock at the top of the batting order. Willie Bloomquist bats second. Jason Kubel is third. Paul Goldschmidt, good to see him back in the starting lineup, and Ryan Roberts at third base. Aaron Hill's the second baseman. Gerardo Parra's in right. Henry Blanco catches, and Josh Colmenter, he hopes he gets to hit. Justin Upton, not on the disabled list. Kirk Gibson said, and I quote, "Business as usual. He's available to pinch run." Gibson hoping that in the next 3 or 4 days he's able to pencil him back into that lineup and then he can play. If I have to put him on the DL, he said to me before the game, I'll do it, but I'm not ready to do it yet. So now an opportunity for youngster A.J. Pollock. Made his major league debut yesterday, was 0 for 3. And he looks at a fastball. It's a strike at the belt. 0-1 the count to Pollock. The man dealing it, Michael David Minor, 24 years old, out of Vanderbilt. And they talk about how he has grown up a lot this year, taking the bull by the horn starting in spring training. Inside corner, 0-2 the count to A.J. Pollock.
One of the things you miss with Chris Young and Justin Upton not in the lineup is they hammer left-handed pitching. I mean, hammer it.
Pollock takes up and in. That's a good 2-strike pitch. 1-2 the count. Well, it's a simple way to put it. Would you say about the Dodgers that they would be hampered if they lost Kemp and Ethier?
Yes.
Well, that's what the Diamondbacks are dealing with. They're Kemp and Ethier. Bouncing ball, middle of the diamond. Creeping in and gobbling it up, making the play. Good speed going down the line for A.J. Pollock. Still seeking big league hit number 1. Let's take a look at the Braves defensively. Prado moves to left field. Michael Bourne is in center. Jason Hayward is in right. Francisco, not Chipper Jones tonight. Tyler Pasternicki, they're committed to him for now at shortstop. Dan Uggla, the second baseman. Freddie Freeman's already homered. And Brian McCann behind the plate. Boy, it's been a great year for him. He has come back more to the place he was 2 years ago, but even better. More mature now. Had a tough year last year, battled injuries. Hitting around 200 for a majority of the year was stunning to watch, wasn't it?
They've been waiting for him to become the superstar that everybody thought he would be. Well, maybe this is the year for him. He's off to a good start.
I want to remind everyone that anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with a large drink purchase, 4 to 6 the following day. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. 1-2 the count. So again, Arizona hitting .421 coming in the first inning. Slugging .807 with 17 first inning runs. He hopes to be a part of that offense soon. Into the dirt it goes. On the flip-flop, as Chris Young comes out with that shoulder in a sling. Small tear in the shoulder area. Otherwise, Young begging back in there, and they reminded him, no, we've actually put you on the disabled list. So put your arm in a sling and come out and cheer for your teammates. 2-2 the count. Yeah, Atlanta's only allowed 3 first inning runs all year, so they hope to put out the Diamondbacks' fire. Outfield shaded the other way, especially in center field with Michael Bourne. That leaves a big gap in left center because Prado doesn't come with him. Willie in on his hands. That's Dan Uggla. Nice job, Freeman, with a long stretch. Throw a little bit wide. A couple of 4-3 ground outs to start things. Quickly 2 away here in the first inning.
Left field, number 13, Jason Kubel.
So you do work now without a couple of your cornerstone players, 2 of the most cornerstone players in your franchise. And so more responsibility, I would say, and you and I were talking about this, for the likes of Jason Kubel, Paul Goldschmidt, Ryan Roberts.
All the way up and down the lineup. But now, especially the guys in the middle of the order. Your number 3 and number 5 guy are gone. So it's guys like Kubel. It's guys like Goldschmidt. It's up to them to handle the RBI situations, to handle the middle of the order duties, and that is drive in runs.
Oh, and 2 the count. Kubel 8 of 33 on the year. There's Goldschmidt, Miguel Montero, Ryan Roberts as well. Didn't buy it on a soft one away. 1-2 the count. And Goldschmidt back out there. Overbay playing in a couple of games in a row. He waits on deck. Paul Goldschmidt has not played in 3 straight games as a starter this year. Not 3 straight games at all. Outside, 2-2.
And all due respect to Lyle Overbay. He's had a very good career. But the first base job is Paul Goldschmidt's. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh, baby.
Breaking ball and a 1-2-3 inning for the left-hander, Mike Minor. Braves on top, and when teams get on top with a bat in their hands, they're trying to do some damage as well, which ties into our key to the game. 3-0 swings. Number 9. 3-0 swings.
You don't want to be 3-0.
Oh, you never do as a pitcher. That one is inside, 1-0 the count. These two teams already, when they have gotten ahead in the count, a hitter's count of 3-0. And we told you how Cole Mentor has battled that this year, as that one is a high strike with a changeup. Arizona has swung 3-0 5 times already. The Braves 4. That is 9 between the two teams. That one on the corner. Good pitch. The rest of the National League, the entire rest of the National League, 12 total. So these guys swing aggressive. That is our key to the game. Curveball, ground ball, and he breaks that breaking ball out. Second one he's thrown. And
so what you're saying is Josh Colementor and or Mike Minor go 3-0. Expect some swings.
Chuck and duck.
I got you.
2-2 the count. Now,
not a very good key to the game. But
you don't like that?
No, it's terrible. But that's okay.
2-2. Line drive, left center field. It's down for a base hit. Well, if you're looking for a different look for Hayward, we already have seen it in the first at bat. Big part of the ballpark.
He takes a fastball away and just smokes it into center field. Got those long arms. He can reach out there and do that.
That is a 9-game hitting streak for the number 6 hitter, which means it's just about the entire season. They've only played now 13 games, including tonight. But for the hot hitting Hayward, a 9-game hitting streak, hitting over 400 during that span. Juan Francisco takes a pitch that dives low. They looked for an upside with this slugger in Cincinnati, if you remember him.
Had some big years in the minor leagues for the Reds.
He remains the type of hitter that you don't want to make a mistake to, because the power is large if it's in a certain spot.
Exactly. Another guy that likes to get those big arms extended.
He leaned on one the other day. He homered yesterday and Tuesday night. Back-to-back homer at bats in his career. And just a moonshot. That's a big ballpark to get out there.
A long ways to hit in center field. Got a non-knuckleball from R.A. Dickey. A lot of throws over to first base here with Hayward. 4 times now. And that's the one thing about Kirk Gibson. He is a stickler about trying to shut down the opponent's running game.
Now the Braves have employed it with success. Change up, stays high and away. As a matter of fact, the Braves lead the National League in a 3-way tie with Miami and Philadelphia with 12. And they've only been caught twice. That's 86%.
Very successful.
Where do you want to be? What percentage?
You want to be over 70 if you can. Once you start getting under around 70 and under, now too many caught stealings, and then it becomes a hindrance. Got a fastball by him, 2-1.
Well, let's talk running game for one more second there. As you saw Arizona on that list, for the sake of discussion, the Diamondbacks do have those 11. They've been caught 4 times, so they're at 73, so they're a little bit above
where you want to be.
Okay.
Yes. Now, mind you, pickoffs count as caught stealings, right?
Pickoff if the runner takes off at all from first and any sort of a throw or rundown. If it's a straight tag on the bag, it doesn't. Because that one is outside.
Really?
Straight tag on the bag. Throw over tag on the bag. Any sort of a throw, pick, guy takes off, you throw it, caught stealing.
Yeah, that I know. I just thought a pickoff goes as a caught stealing in the book. So I am mistaken.
We will double check that for you, though.
Like if you just get picked off, that doesn't count as a caught stealing.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
3-2 the count. Hayward, for an example, may surprise some of you. The big fellow over there is 4 for 4 in stolen bases.
No, he can run. That big fella can run.
The 3-2 runner goes into the catcher's mitt, throw down in time. The slide under the tag, so he just got there in time under that tag. Stolen base number 5 for Hayward. Strikeout of Francisco.
Henry Blanco, a good throw on a tough pitch. Let's see if Bloomquist got that. That's a close call. Joe West, our buddy Joe West, out on the call, and Willie never tagged him. Willie missed the tag. So the right call there by Joe West. Number 5 on the year now, and a runner in scoring position for Tyler Pasternicki.
Young Tyler hit .314 last year in the minor leagues, including his stop in Gwinnett in AAA, in which he hit over .360. You might have seen him a few years back if you stopped by to an Arizona Fall League game. He shined brightly in that league. I'm told Shane Doan doing good work. We're waiting for an update. Just coming in across the ticker. 1-0 Phoenix on top of Chicago.
Nice. Good fastball to the outside corner.
Hayward back to the bag. Pasternicki on the recent homestand for Atlanta, and it's a homestand that they found themselves and played much better with just 2 of 18. Into the dirt it goes. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. The one thing I think we noticed watching Josh in comparison to his season ago, and don't forget this is a 10-game winner. This is a Rookie of the Year legitimate candidate. Only Jeremy Hellickson amongst rookies had a better ERA last year. We just haven't quite seen the confidence that he showed last season. Pitch is low and inside, 2-1 the count, and never would we have thought that his confidence would erode or his thoughts would distract him that he would not cover a first base on a ground ball.
Yeah, we saw that in Colorado. That's when it kind of went to pieces for him.
He's got a pitcher on deck who is not a good hitter at all. Change up, 2-2 the count.
That was very well executed there by Josh. Bottom falls out of it, way out in front is Pasternicki. Go ahead and throw that one again there, Josh.
And there's Mike Minor, 0 for 4 this year, 3 for 41 in his career.
Lousy hitter.
2-2 the count.
Good pitcher.
In on the hands, right there is Goldschmidt. Fine play by Paul. 2 outs in the inning, and now Minor hits.
Fortunate Josh. A line drive off the bat, but there's Paul Goldschmidt. And now all Josh Coleman's got to do is find a way to retire a poor hitting pitcher. And he'll get a much needed 0 on the board.
Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Mike Minor.
He swings it like he knows what he was doing, but it was about a second and a half too late.
He certainly doesn't seem to be overcome by fear.
No.
Outfield plays him like a pitcher, shallow in the other way. 0-2.
Hey, he's a little tardy.
Just off the plate, threw it right where he wanted to. 1-2 the count. This is the 27th start of Josh's career. And last year, in his 24 starts, 17 of them, he allowed 3 runs or less. 17 of his 24.
It's just so good.
That is on the outside corner. That is strike 3, and maybe a little bit of confidence. A scoreless inning. We roll on 2-0 Atlanta. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time. Later on in today's game, it's brought to you by Miller Lite. Paul Goldschmidt to lead it off. Ryan Roberts bats next. Aaron Hill behind him against the southpaw Mike Minor. Minor last time out pitched a very effective ball game in a win over Milwaukee. 7 1/3. 1 run allowed. And Goldschmidt takes a strike. 0-1 the count to Paul.
Mike Minor just hammering the strike zone.
Well, I'll give you this. He goes to 0-2 this year. 35% of all plate appearances he's gone to 0-2. That's about 15% above league average. Just 0-2, 0-2, 0-2. And a good pitch on no balls for 2 strikes. Right in on the knuckles of the stronger than strong Paul Goldschmidt, and he could not do anything with it. Don't forget, too, every time a Diamondback player knocks one out of here, and Roberts has been trying to do it a little bit of late. Fulton Holmes donates $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. Ryan does have 1 long ball this year, and he's hitting .205 with 6 RBIs to go on that resume. Oh, and 1 the count.
Big swing from Ryan Roberts. He was looking to cut that lead in half.
Little number right off the end of the bat. Robert Stubble is coming out of the box and in time for the out. 1-3 on the ground out. George Will is in attendance. Certainly well-known author. Dan Quayle sitting television to his right, the former vice president, sitting down there with Diamondbacks boss and owner Ken Kendrick. But George Will, deeply invested in the game of baseball. Great baseball historian as well.
Got to know George very well back in my Cub days. He is a huge Cubs fan.
Aaron Hill, 1-0 the count. So what can you tell us about him?
Well, a lot of people think George Will would be a very good commissioner of baseball once Bud decides to move on. Like you said, a guy that's very invested in the game. He knows the game. He loves the game.
2-1 the count to Aaron Hill. He has 3 long balls. As a matter of fact, of his 9 hits this year, half have been for extra bases. More than half. 5 of the 9 have been extra base hits. 2-2. Aaron, a .220 batting average, but slugging over 500. Rare that you have a skew like that for a middle infielder.
Gas right by him. He got some no-hitter stuff out there tonight.
6 up, 6 down. But Mr. Will looking on.
Welcome back to Chase Field. Diamondbacks taking on the Braves here with a couple of proud parents. Al and Karen Pollock, watching your son playing for the Diamondbacks leading off tonight. What's it like looking out on the field, seeing your son he made his debut yesterday, but playing on a big league field?
Right. Actually, it's just incredibly exciting to us. It's a dream come true for our entire family.
What was the last 48 hours of your life like? He talked about how Brett Butler, took him out of the lineup, didn't know if he was coming up or not. What were the phone calls like?
The first phone call was around 11 o'clock at night, and it was, he's going, but he's not going to be activated right away. The next phone call at 2 a.m. was, he's getting activated and he's going to play. So we had to find a 6 a.m. flight to get here in time from Connecticut. So that was pretty crazy. We had no sleep at all until last night.
Yeah, I was going to ask, who's had less sleep, you or him? Because he said he hasn't had a whole lot at all.
He had 2 hours.
And I guess just, when he was a kid growing up, did you ever, picture him on a big league field? I mean, see him on a big field. What's your first memory of him, playing baseball?
He was always the best player on the block. So, yeah, I guess there was a hope there that he could make it to the big leagues and all that. But I don't really think until college, when he was a freshman, that he really started to really stand out, and we started thinking at this level, to be honest with you.
I read that you
may have thought differently. I don't know.
Mom?
Since he was 4, he was in the basement, ping, ping, ping. Yeah, he was always practicing.
I read that Dad was a rugby player, but I guess he got a bat and a ball in his hand pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, and actually, I played all contact sports. He's a finesse player. He actually has skills and some technique, and he's smart. so he went to these kind of sports. So.
Well, we've enjoyed talking to him. Enjoyed talking to him in the clubhouse today. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. Back up to the booth.
Great story, Mark, and we appreciate you documenting it with the family visiting from Connecticut. From Connecticut, played his college baseball at Notre Dame. And he is manning center field with his counterpart, Kirk Gibson, not concerned about Pollock so much as he's concerned about that man. Bourne has had a stolen base in 4 consecutive games, and he has had a really great year this year in that area. Again, Arizona has managed to throw a rope around leadoff hitters too. I mean, they've had a few reach, but they have not allowed a leadoff hitter to score a run all season long. Keeping them at first, keeping them close. Number 1 in the batting order, not leading off an inning, but a true leadoff hitter, the hitter that bats first in the batting order. They have not had one of those opposing players score a run all year. So we watch closely because this is a guy who can score with the best of them with his feet alone. Good pitch, popped up, beat him with it. Goldschmidt's got a funny angle on it. So a nice job by Aaron Hill.
Very good pitch there. Just ate him up with a fastball in.
Gracie, you ever take off from first and realize, oops, I don't know if I have the right angle on this ball?
That's one of those where you're going back there and you're like, oh boy, come on, Rhino, come get that thing for me. And then when I came out here, it was, come on, Jay, come get that ball for me. And that's the second baseman's ball all the way. As you said, he's got a much better angle to make that play, and well done there by Hill.
So now Freddie Freeman. Freeman homered last time up, and it was to the opposite field. Rolls that one on the ground. It's a foul ball. 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors for the 7-5 Atlanta Braves to start the season. Nothing for Arizona, the 7-5 Arizona Diamondbacks. Without a hit, without a run, without an error. Born in a trade from Philly to Houston involving Brad Lidge, and was an Astro, which made sense because he's from there. But in the Astros selling mode, became an Atlanta Brave a season ago. Not a big lead at first. Taking a look at our Dodge tools of the trade. Power to the opposite field, a rare commodity for a young hitter.
Now Josh should be able to put him away here with something. Let's see what he goes with. Wasted the fastball high.
Yeah, Josh got to 0-2, and for Josh this year, just 1 out of every 10 plate appearances, he's reached an 0-2 count. And that's about half of what league average is. So the 3 O's too many for Josh. The 0-2 is not enough, and he'll tell you as much. Change up. That's what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying. He had him in the same situation in the home run at bat and ended up plating a fastball, and it got hit out of the park. That time, the beautiful change up, and Freeman strikes out for the 17th time this season.
That one skitters on by. It got a piece of Bourne right there in the back.
That's a little painful. This is where you're hoping, if you're a base runner, the first baseman can handle it, but takes it right in the back.
McCann was angry when he was retired last time up. Scalded a ball to right as he takes high. 1-0 the count.
You're quite angry.
"28 years old and a long ways to go in this game, but he's done so much already." The Georgia born and raised young man. And he'll hop out of the box. It seems like every year Brian McCann's headed to the All-Star game. Every year Brian McCann is putting another Silver Slugger in his trophy case. One and one the count. And there's a man in the dugout who hopes to continue to grow. He is in the early stages of the McCann growth process, Miguel Montero. What Miguel has done for a year and a half or so, the man in the box has done for a half decade. But over the last year and a half or so, to compare offensively is fair. It's not at all taking anything away from McCann, nor is it lifting Montero too high. He caught, that man in your shot caught more innings than anybody else last year. Threw out more base runners and had a great offensive year. Thought about going, he didn't. It's a high fly ball to right. Brian's going to be mad again.
Look out, microphones. Cover your ears, folks.
Third inning is brought to you by Miller Lite. Visit local retailers and text road trip to the Miller Taste Team and do so at 620-620, and it's your chance to win one of 3 interdivision rival flyaway trips this summer. Miller Lite time. Fun beat gets Gerardo Parra into the box. He's ready to roll. 6 of 25 to open up the season. Pitches inside now. Gracie, I know you were mentioning the guys that have to step up in the middle of the order, but this is a guy now that will get a chance he wasn't getting about a week ago, and that's a chance to play every day.
He's going to have to play every day for, well, who knows how long in center field. I know when I separated my shoulder many years ago, it was about 21 days. And it was never in a sling.
Pitches outside, 2-1 the count. I really don't enjoy seeing Young and Upton sitting on the bench.
Huh.
Just to be honest with you folks.
Well, just
Parra on the move. Well, there you have it. Gets the opportunity. He hopes to take advantage. Parra is on his 7th hit of the year.
looked like he got something off speed and just kind of hooked it. Maybe a changeup, maybe a slider, something off speed. He just hooks it right past Dan Uggla and on into right field.
Here's Henry Blanco. Swing and a miss at a changeup. Now, we all know that Homer and Henry loves to
hit fastballs.
Yeah, absolutely. Because he loves to homer.
Well, yeah. And looks like he might have put some blonde highlights in his hair, too. You don't see many 40-year-olds doing that.
Line drive, left field, make fun of my hair, why don't you?
I'm not making fun of it. I'm just pointing out that he might have put some blonde highlights in there.
I think you will see that. Head on over to Old Town. You'll see plenty of 40-year-olds doing that.
Really? Okay. I might refer to him as low lights, but he takes a changeup, just flips it out into left field. So, yeah, that's a changeup. Yeah, that's exactly right. Nice going, Henry. And now Josh Coleman has a chance to help himself with a successful sacrifice. If he can bunt it firmly to the third baseman in this situation, he should be able to get the sacrifice. He pulls it back and takes strike one.
And we were saying when we ran down the batting order that we hoped he would get a chance to hit. And because he pieced things back together on the mound, he does get that, really, when you've struggled, coveted opportunity. He hopes to hit twice. You never put streaks in your hair, huh?
No.
No. On the way to third, safe.
That's a great play by Gerardo Parra. Seeing that Juan Francisco was charging, he decides to steal it, and he basically beats Juan Francisco back to the bag. The throw is there in plenty of time. Watch Francisco. He's got a charge now. Does he get back in time to make the tag? The answer is no. He does not. Good call over there by third base umpire. That's Manny Gonzalez right on the money. Watch, the tag never gets there. It's a good call. When was the last time Henry Blanco got a stolen base?
He did, and the Braves have been handing them out on street corners this year. That's 10 stolen bases against McCann's Braves and only one caught.
Well, that was not on McCann. That was a perfect throw. His third baseman just did not get back, but that's just good base running by Gerardo Parra, noticing that he was in too far, so I'm going to go ahead and steal it.
Ground ball, look who's got himself an RBI. How big was that stolen base? How poor was that play? And how costly was it by that man?
nice job by Josh Coleman, just putting the ball in play with a runner on third and less than 2 outs. Just a little chopper. That's all it takes. Tyler Pasternicki has no play but to go to first, and the Diamondbacks get on the board, and it's 2-1. That's all it takes, all you young hitters out there. Just a little ground ball to the second baseman or the shortstop, and you're going to get that RBI.
A.J. Pollock in on the hands. High fly ball, left center field, run down out there by Michael Bourne. Pollock didn't wait around. And he is 0 for 2, 0 for 5 to begin his major league career. He was hitting .340 this year to start the season in AAA Reno. Well, he can't drive him out of the ballpark with consistency, Para, but he can do things with his legs. And as you said, the sluggers have to step up, but he stepped up and created that run.
And also, when your sluggers are out of the lineup for a long period of time, you have to find a way to take some chances and score some runs. Parra did exactly that. Took a chance. With the pitcher up, sacrificing, he went ahead and stole the bag and scored on that ground out.
One and one the count to Willie Bloomquist. Two for 13 on the current homestand. Wouldn't bite on a changeup. It misses low. 2-1 the count. 4-game series with these Atlanta Braves. Brandon Beachy, Trevor Cahill tomorrow. Talented young pitcher in Beachy. It should be a fun one. Tommy Hanson against Bazooka Joe Saunders on a Saturday.
Good take.
Couple of good takes. Changeup and a breaking ball.
Off a well-executed changeup and then a well-executed breaking ball. And now a 3-1 count for Willie Bloomquist. And this could be a bit of a pitch around because Kubel on deck hits left-handed, and he struck him out on 3 pitches his first time up. Let's see what he goes with on 3-1. Probably something off speed. Change up.
Full count on Willie Bloomquist. And then the finale of this series on Sunday is Randall Delgado and Ian Kennedy. Hope to see you at the ballpark this weekend. Those guys hope to see you. They hope to hear you. Right out of the catcher's mitt, Willie took that one.
You get a 3-1 changeup, and then right behind it a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Really fortunate Bloomquist able to take it right out of that catcher's mitt. Pretty good sequence Miner's putting on him right now.
Willie 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position this season. Into the catcher's mitt, down goes Bloomquist, but Arizona manages a run. Josh Colementor with his 2nd career RBI in the big leagues. And it's that man's feet that set it up. like they used to. He can check a bat, but it's only the pinch hit at some point tonight. How many National League Most Valuable Player awards has Chipper Jones won? Which assumes he has won at least one. How many has he won overall? Very good question.
That is a good question. That's a nice pitch there by Josh Colmenter. And Ryan Roberts, 1 pitch, 1 out. Nicely done for Josh.
Well, there's Mickey Mantle on top of the mountain when you talk about Chipper Jones. There's Eddie Murray. There's
You
Chipper
talking about
Jones.
switch hitters? Oh,
There's
okay.
Chili Davis. But Chipper is right up there on that mountain. I mean, Mickey stands in a class alone. As that one is outside. A 9-game hitting streak with a single in the second inning. But you had a lot of time playing against Chipper Jones as well.
Sure did. He was terrific. Was a young player. He's one of those guys that he was a game changer. And the thing that impressed me most about Chipper Jones was even as a young player, even his first couple of years, if you gave him an opportunity, as that one's tapped to first base, Goldschmidt will take care of that. Two down quickly here for Josh Coleman and the Diamondbacks. But if you gave him an opportunity to beat you, he would beat you. If you pitched to him in a clutch situation, he always seemed to get a clutch base hit.
And if you come out this weekend and you're not able to travel back to the South this year, and you'd like to, if you're a baseball aficionado, see some of the final games in the career of Chipper Jones, he'll be playing at least 2 of the 3 remaining games this weekend. Francisco looks at a breaking ball into the dirt. It goes 1-0 the count. Boy, he's got a big swing at times, Francisco does. There it is. And there is 6 in a row set down by Josh Colmenter. Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you in part by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club Combo. It's only $4.99 plus tax. AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Back at the ball yard, a beautiful night for baseball, a warm afternoon. Obviously, those of you that made your way around town, Mr. Hayward has something going on out there. Does he need a center fielder? Is that what he's looking for?
I think he's looking for. We need a center fielder, guys. Excuse me, guys.
There is no center fielder.
Where's Michael Bourne?
No idea.
He may have to. He may be visiting the facility, something like that for the time being.
Probably should let somebody know, though, right?
Oh, it reminds me of a story, Darren.
Hang on, here he comes.
There he is.
Oh, boy. Oh, busted. Yes?
Well, no, I won't go there now because he's headed out to the field. Attaboy, Michael.
I think
sometimes duty calls.
I think the G-rated version of what you're about to share, which you can sometime down the road if you'd like, is that you've been in his shoes.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I know how he feels.
I mean, they were ready to go. Hayward had to come in and say, hey, whoa, hey.
Like he's a really good center fielder. We kind of need him.
So Kubel takes outside. You know, those 7-pitch innings, too, aren't good for a potty break.
No.
I mean, it's a bing, bang, boom. You're like, what do you mean he got out of it that quick? He's been struggling. Nope, they're waiting for you.
Sometimes the manager might have to go out and fake an argument. Something like that with an umpire, just to give you a little more time.
Sometimes he might, or sometimes that's happened before. That's a strike. Something tells me that those long, windy habit trail tunnels that they have at Wrigley Field, somewhere you were stuck up to one of those using the boys' room.
Thankfully, my manager, Jim Riggleman, had my back one time.
1-2 the count. Line drive into left center field, all buckled up. He makes the play on a couple of hops. Good to see for Jason Kubel. We talked about the responsibility he has in the middle of that order. That's a leadoff single.
Well, Gerardo Parra, the lefty on lefty, started the last inning with a base hit. Now Jason Kubel, lefty on lefty, starts this inning with a base hit. Third hit of the night for the Diamondbacks. We're going to see a lot of Gerardo Parra and Jason Kubel, folks. So you want to start seeing those good things, those good results from those two.
And hopefully Paul Goldschmidt as well.
Yeah.
Kirk Gibson saying before the game today he understands the questions about Goldschmidt because they're fair. He just said he was already, and I mean it's only a week and a half into the season, but 2 weeks, but already beating himself up and wearing himself down mentally. So wanted to give him a couple of days off.
I mean, even the most talented players, I guess, sometimes need some mental breaks.
1-1 the count.
Boy, I just think that if I'm Paul Goldschmidt and I'm not in the lineup, that's one day I'm not homering.
I would imagine if he were to speak freely, which he probably is too respectful to do about the subject, he would say, I need to be out there every day to learn. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Good changeup. We're holding your thought, by the way. I'm not going to let your story just disappear out into space about Mr. Riggleman and his battle for you. We're holding your story just like he and you couldn't hold it. 1-2 the count. To the right side. Boy, that is pretty. That's why you want to be out there, to make adjustments. A changeup away, went a fastball after that, and he just served it into right.
Well, just good two-strike hitting there by Paul Goldschmidt. Just takes a fastball up and away. Gets on top and doesn't try to hit it out of the ballpark. Just swats it the other way. That's beautifully done right there. Just an easy base hit through that empty right side. First and second, nobody out. Ryan Roberts now with an opportunity. I would imagine he's not bunting, even though Roberts been a bit of a struggle for him out of the gate.
Hitting 200 in the early season. Foul ball just on the other side of the bag.
Manny Gonzalez, the third base umpire. That one was as close as you can get. This is what he saw. I mean, hugging the line. Oh, baby.
He didn't bail, though. He was on it. And he
That's
didn't
terrible
waver.
news for Diamondback fans. That point to foul territory.
By the way, too, Francisco was playing in almost as if he was expecting
thinking
a bunt.
Sure.
He's backing up at third now.
I don't blame him.
Into the dirt, 1-1 the count.
Matt Williams going through a long sequence of signs down at third base. Not a whole lot of speed on the bases. Kubel slightly below average speed. Now a bunt. Did he attempt? Did he attempt? Evidently not. 2-1. So Gibby giving his signs out to Matt Williams. Now Matt Williams going to relay him to the base runners and to Ryan Roberts. Ryan Roberts studying him. This is no time to miss a sign.
Back-to-back opposite field singles off the bat of sluggers, Kubel and Goldschmidt. Fly ball left field. Easy chance for Prado. He puts it away. Good news on the hockey front. Phoenix, the Coyotes now lead the series 3-1 with an overtime 3-2 victory.
And Saturday it's Game 5 of the NHL playoffs as the Coyotes take on the Blackhawks in Glendale. Coverage begins Saturday at 6:30 p.m. right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Nice going, guys. Got a commanding lead in that thing now. An unproductive out off the bat of Ryan Roberts. So Kubel and Goldschmidt stay right where they are. Aaron Hill with his opportunity.
Change up good. First pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count to Aaron Hill.
Going into this at bat, Darren, folks at home, Diamondbacks are hitting a paltry 179 with runners in scoring position this season.
And Hill 2 of 12 in this situation, so he has had his uphill battles as well.
Just missed the inside corner. 1-1.
Minor is seeing the Diamondbacks for the first time in his career, and there's been really no sneak peeks in spring training since one team's down in Florida, the other in Arizona. This is just his 26th major league start.
Oh, a hanging change up that time, and Aaron Hill couldn't do anything with it. I mean, that hangs right in the middle of the plate. And unfortunately, Aaron Hill couldn't make young Mike Minor pay for that mistake. Well, he gets that little cut fastball or slider right where he wants to. And it's inside, but it's a quality pitch.
Just kind of a flat slider, if you will. He's thrown that a lot more this year. His fastball usage is dramatically down. The usage of that pitch and the curveball up this season. Fewer changeups, so he's got a good one. Breaking ball, base hit left field, it's down. Matt Williams says, come on to the plate. Here's the throw. It is waiting. Out at the plate. Martin Prado uncorked, right on the money. McCann was waiting.
Well, unfortunately for the Diamondbacks, Matt Williams got his hand caught in the cookie jar. Watch Kubel, late break, and then Matt brings him all the way. I mean, this is basically a dead duck right here. When you're out by that much, there's nothing Kubel can do about that. I think if Matt would love to have that back and have Gerardo Parra hit with the bases loaded and 1 out. Would have liked to have seen Goldschmidt maybe get to third base and Hill to second base on that high throw over everybody.
But instead, they're on first and second, 2 outs. Parra, bouncer right back to the mound, and just like that, the inning is over. Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you in part by Nissan. Go to Nissan now for our great offers across our full lineup. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer now. Beautiful night in the great state of Arizona, peering at the stars from the Grand Canyon. And that man seeing things a little bit more clearly now, at least for the last few innings, not seeing stars as he has of late. 6 in a row sat down. He's got to keep it up, though. His club, in a way, ran themselves out of an inning last inning. Instead of putting a ton of pressure on Minor, they let him off the hook. 0-1 curveball and a dandy.
Dropped a balloon right in there. This thing starts way out of the zone, just drops right in there. Beautifully done.
So the one thing you can notice is there now is a comfortable distance between fastball velocity and changeup velocity. Starting to spread those out a little bit more as the curveball is in the dirt. He was throwing in his first 2 starts, and I'm sure it was angst, aggression. He was throwing his changeup, and you can tell us as a hitter if this makes a difference, 2 miles an hour harder on average than he threw it last year.
Yeah, you're throwing it too firm at that, and that's why you need a little more separation. Good high fastball. A little more separation in your velocity on the fastball and changeup. You want it to be anywhere from about 8 to 12 miles an hour difference.
And I think you want to lean toward the higher number in his case because he doesn't throw hard.
Very well said.
Changeup. That one just stayed high. And that again right there, that pitch right there about a mile or 2 an hour harder than he threw it last year.
And now it's from 0-2 to 3-2.
Spoiled a good fastball to Tyler Pasternicki. What's going on out there?
Sounds like somebody made a play.
Did they really?
But he's a Braves fan, so he can't have a contract.
So says you?
Yes.
Okay.
So says me, because I can.
All right. It's like heating your pool. The 3-2. Change up, ground ball, good pitch. On across, in time for the out. Tyler Pasternicki has erased 7 in a row. Let's see. Oh, that's beautiful.
That is a really nice grab. And he did not spill his beverage in his left hand either.
So we don't want to.
I don't know. No, can't give him.
We don't want to invite him back to the ballpark and try and maybe bring him to the other side. Give him a contract.
He's got a Braves hat and a Braves shirt. Nope.
All right.
I don't want him back again.
Okay.
Glad you're here. Enjoy it.
But you don't want him back anymore.
Ever.
Okay. The 0-1. Swing and a miss.
I could. I'd love to have that young man back anytime he wants. We're just not going to give him a contract.
But you want him back soon, and
yes.
The next visit's on you?
We'll know.
Curveball, yes, he went around. I'm going to work on this one, folks, because I kind of stand on the other side of the fence, just so you folks know.
Well, can you tell folks that he used to work for the Atlanta Braves?
No, that's not it. That's not it. I just, I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he's here spending some money.
I agree.
Helping the local economy, meaning local within the ballpark. Hey, look at his buddy's a Diamondbacks fan. Look at them all. His buddy's going to convert him. Look at he brought him to the game. Hey, great play. I'm sure you'll get a contract with that one. The guys say around here they give contracts away. You'll love it. Hang on. It's coming.
Piecing it together nicely here, Josh Colementor. Oh, good fastball. Now it's 0-2. Let's hope everybody's okay. Right down where Darren Sutton's friends sit, right down there in the front row.
Yeah, everyone's all right. That's far from where my friends sit. Very good, folks. My friend's that guy out there that made the play. Curveball into the dirt.
With the Braves hat on.
Well, he and his buddy with the Arizona Diamondbacks gear. Look at their best of friends. Enjoying a ball game together.
Along, exactly. Now, if his buddy would have caught the ball.
Bouncing ball, you better hurry, you can't do it. That would have been 9 in a row sat down. Bourne was stranded last time. Arizona has not allowed a leadoff hitter to come around to score this year.
Just taps it right back up the box. Not much you can do.
CenturyLink high-speed internet, high-speed pitch. Taking a look again at the unique velocity of Colementor. Probably about, 89, 88, minor at 92 miles an hour. Time is called. So soon, it'll be coming down soon. I'm still working for you, friend. You and your friend, and the next time you come back, you know what you'll be wearing? Diamondbacks gear.
Courtesy of Darren Sutton.
Because we will have given a contract out, we hope, part of the lobbying, part of bringing you to the other side, reminding you of the team to root for.
I mean, that is a beautiful grab, and once again, he doesn't spill his beverage. That's even equally important.
There's young children around there that were ducking under the seats, that were scared and crying.
Very true. Very true. Looking forward to him coming back another time, but, well, it'll be on his own dime.
1-1 the count. I think we might need to put it to a text poll. Let the people decide. Because you and I are in a deadlock.
I think that's a great thing to text poll. Should that cat come back on our dime or on his own dime?
Does a play like that So this is in comparison to Monday.
Saved his pizza. Wearing a Diamondback jersey, though. See, that's big league.
Oh, it is big league.
Just come on out, dress in your Diamondback stuff, make you a grab, and we'll give you a contract.
1-1 the count. 2 weeks ago, I ran into that same guy that made the play down below there.
The
Diamondbacks guy.
Yeah.
I saw him 2 weeks ago in a Royals T-shirt at the mall.
Yeah, see?
Come on now.
Whoever's telling them that we're talking about him.
You know what I've learned, too? His buddy's got a big melon.
Well, really?
I mean, he put that hat on. He's taking laps in that thing. It's engulfed his entire body.
Can't see his ears.
All right.
There it is, folks. Should that rascal get a contract tonight or not with all that Braves get up on?
36929. A, yes, he should. B, no, he should not.
Well, once again, folks, cheaters never prosper.
He's not cheating.
Well, he's switching hats. You know, that's
step one of what I told you would happen should we reward him. He's going to be back next week, just like that Royals fan that made that play.
He made a heck of a grab. And no, that guy was not wearing a Royals jersey.
At the mall before. 1-2 the count.
I think that's our text poll.
In on the hands, popped up. Goldschmidt will give it a look. And that is a souvenir down below. 1-2 the count. 2-1 is the score. Holmenter has retired 8 of his last 9. And he's doing a nice job certainly shaking those looks up because don't forget, a dangerous base stealer's on first. Michael Bourne has stolen bases in 4 consecutive games. Curveball, boy, Henry looked up at Bourne and blocked it at the same time.
And that's about as good as you can snuff it right there. Well done by Blanco.
Late on the fastball.
Getting some texts from some of my friends that are Braves fans, and they're saying, give that guy a contract. Nope.
Well, so far as he's wearing his dad's hat. Look at the buddy. He can't even come close to putting his. I mean, that gentleman sitting on the TV there. I mean, that guy's sporting about a Bruce Bochy size 8 melon. It makes you laugh, doesn't it, in hat sizes?
I just think it's funny that you're telling that fan he's got a big old noggin.
For me, it takes one to know one. I'm about 7 3/4, so I know what it's like. The 2-2, a changeup, fly ball left. He settles right down. Last couple of innings have been very solid. A future Diamondbacks fan. We're going to settle it soon.
Yep.
of the Diamondbacks trailing the Braves 2-1. Mark McClune here with Cole Stanton, who just made our cool play of the game, brought to you by Chaz Roberts. And you take us through the play. How'd you make the catch?
I honestly don't know. I don't remember. I just remember looking up, catching the ball. Didn't even hurt. Barehanded.
Well, you got a new hat. It looks like you're going back to your Braves hat, but your buddy. So how does this work? Are you rooting for the Diamondbacks now, the Braves? Where do your loyalties lie?
Braves when they're in town, Diamondbacks the rest of the year.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, how do we switch that around?
I guess you don't. Grew up watching TBS Sports, Atlanta Braves.
What if we offered you a contract? Make your case right here. We could offer you a contract for the Diamondbacks. Come back here dressed in all of your buddies' D-backs garb.
Hey, I'll take your contract.
We'll let you put the hat back on here as Henry Blanco slides in safely. Is that hat a little big?
A little bit. My buddy's got a little bit of a big head.
Well, a heck of a play. Enjoy the game and keep that hat on. That seems to be a rally cap. Guys, back up to you.
Thanks, Mark, for visiting down there. We would have loved to have stayed longer, but Dan Ugla made sure we couldn't. That was a routine can of corn pop-up, and an error on the second baseman puts Henry Blanco in scoring position. The 40-year-old, by the way, not trotting, jogging, with his head
running hard.
down.
That one play out of 1,000 just may happen, all you kids at home. Good for Henry. You don't think Henry's going to just maybe try to steal third, do you? Like Gerardo Parra did? No?
No, I don't think he will be stealing third. But I do love the fact that he didn't take anything for granted.
Very true.
That play is made 999 times out of 1,000, if not more often. Bunts it.
Beautiful bunt.
Took a funny spin, so moving on to third is Henry Blanco. Sacrifice bunt. Cole Mentor getting a bit of his swagger back tonight. Doing really good things. And one more visit to our friend who Mark McClune spoke with a moment ago, the soon-to-be Diamondbacks fan. And it's our Chaz Roberts air conditioning cool play of the game. Temperature is going to be in triple digits by the end of the week. And don't forget to call your friends with Chaz Roberts. Have your air conditioner checked out and upgraded.
Heck of a grab.
He's an Arizona Diamondbacks fan, except for 3 days a year.
Well, what about when we're on the road in Atlanta?
Well, we don't know what he does at that point. That's up to him.
How about we got 4 games against the Braves? So he's going to be
4 days a
root
year.
for the Diamondbacks one of those games?
I haven't decided yet. Depends. It depends what the fans say. You, by the way, will have the final say. We will go with what you say.
Stay with me, folks.
Gracie and I are deadlocked.
Those dastardly Braves fans invading our territory, making grabs.
Saving children. There was a 94-year-old woman down there that he made that play in
Probably
front of.
stealing our girlfriends and wives.
The 1-0. Pollock, high fly ball, right field. He does not have a first Major League hit. Does he have an RBI? Yes, he does. Big league run batted in, #1 with mom and dad clapping for A.J. Pollock. Still seeking that first hit, but he'll take this because it ties the ball game up.
Well, a beautiful fundamental run scored right there by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Not one hit. A pop-up. Henry Blanco at age 40 running hard all the way, taking nothing for granted. Getting to second base. A beautiful bunt by Josh Coleman to get him to third, and then a deep enough fly ball to get the old guy home from third base. Nicely done by all 3 of those gentlemen, and we've got a tie ball game.
Look at that. Boy, is that great video. Put his head down never one time. Flipped his bat down. You youngsters out there that play, whether you're 8 or 18, did you see him slam his bat down and hang his head? Feel 1 second sorry for himself? It's the major leagues, and he did that.
Yeah, like I said, got those new blonde highlights. It's making him run like the wind.
You think that's the difference?
Yeah, he just looks and feels younger.
0-2 the count. Pitches up and away, 1-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and down goes Willie Bloomquist. They manufactured a run. Way to hustle, Henry.
Fans, it's time for the
Pollock tied the ball game up. 2-2, the sacrifice fly. Watch the reaction by the parents here. Come on, be deep enough. Be deep enough. Oh, man, I'm nervous. Oh, gosh, that guy's 40 years old. He's 40 years old. He scored. Nice going. Nice going, A.J. That's for the parents. Good for A.J. Pollock. And as that one's fouled off, gives me an opportunity to talk about Mom. We'll bring Mom to the ballpark for Mother's Day on Sunday, May 13th, when the Diamondbacks take on the Giants. First 5,000 moms to the game will take home a special pair of D-backs earrings. Call 602-514-8400 or log on to dbacks.com/tickets. That's very cool.
That's a great giveaway. Good stuff. Mother's Day, it's a good reminder, coming up sooner than we think. Right around the corner, over the inside corner, there is a strike. Take care of Mom. Bring her to the ballpark.
Yeah. Snap a photo with her. Well, that's kind of like my kids trying to get them to be together, sit still for a photo together. Usually one of them gets punched in the head as the camera's being snapped.
That's a good gift to Mom right there he's giving. Taking the kids away for a while. The 1-2. Popped foul up and into the seats it goes.
You take the kids to the bathroom. I did it the last 12 times.
Uh-oh. Might be meltdown time.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
Okay, well, thanks for coming. Since the second inning, the single by Hayward, Colementor has retired 12 of the last 14.
It's a good pitch, though, inside, because if Freddie Freeman gets the bat on the ball, he's going to pull it foul. There's nothing you're going to do with this pitch other than just yank it foul, because it's so far inside or on the inside corner. It's a good pitch. May be able to set up that changeup. What do you think, Darren Sutton?
I think so. Young, aggressive hitter, strikeout prone, one of the league leaders in Ks.
Fastball away.
2-2 the count. 7 pitches thus far in this at bat. Wade Miley, kind of the stunt man behind Josh Colementor. There's the changeup, and he just fouled it off. Change up again.
Pitch. Very good pitch. Well, we've seen Josh get on these rolls, Darren, and it looks like he's on one right now. After the fastball up and in to speed him up, look at this beautiful changeup. Look at the swing Freddie Freeman has to take at that one. That's just some big league pitching right there.
Yeah, fastballs up, changeups down, out of the zone that look good like that.
Changeup. A good hitter like Brian McCann missing badly.
Just off the plate, we are now seeing a little bit more of what we saw every 5 days last year. Command with fastballs, changeups out of that same arm slot, curveballs on occasion for look. And that's really all it is, that pitch, a show-me pitch.
Right through the heart of the order this time in the 6th inning for Coleman.
Oh, my goodness.
That better get foul. It's not going to. That's tough luck right there for Josh Coleman. As Brian McCann, that might be the first infield base hit he's ever had in his life.
Second baseman.
Cued right off the end of the bat, and it stays fair. Ryan Roberts really on the pull side. There's just really nothing he can do.
You realize on that replay, and it happens to the best of the big leaguers, he was almost totally done swinging when he hit that ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just about to be done. And then all the way through the zone, he just got a piece of it.
Good fastball to jump ahead of Dan Ugla. Ugla's tapped to third base twice tonight. As you can see, somehow the very end of that bat cues it for an infield base hit. And I probably don't really need to throw over, Josh. Brian McCann's not going anywhere, I can promise you. Good fastball again. 0-2. That was kneecaps right on the outside corner. That is a gorgeous pitch there from Josh. You can't do it any better than that.
26-year-old out of Central Michigan University. Curveball popped up, shallow right field. That's in there. That's a Texas leaguer. Parra overruns it. Ugla takes a huge turn to throw behind. Nearly got it. Well, he threw him a breaking ball and got beat, unfortunately, with the Texas leaguer on his third best pitch.
That's a couple of really tough breaks there for Josh Coleman. Or a curveball cued off the end of the bat again. This time out there right in the middle of Parra and held. For some reason, Parra goes to barehand that. And it looks like Kirk Gibson is going to go get Josh Coleman. And who's on the way? Is that Wade Miley is going to come in. But Josh did a pretty good job. Did himself proud tonight.
A big step in the right direction. On text poll, I guess our gentleman gets himself a contract. We let you at home decide. 72% said yes. A contract comes his way. 36929. So we'll be bringing it down. The folks with the Diamondbacks will be sending down a contract. That vote is final. The polls are closed. He gets a contract. 72-28. Josh Colmenter, by the way, a real tip of the cap to a right-hander whose back, maybe for the brief part of his career, was against the wall this time. Colmenter pitched a fabulous contest, and just one walk, he gives way to Wade Miley.
He's looking for the double play ball. Anything to Paul Goldschmidt or Ryan Roberts, they might think about coming to the plate. Hayward runs very well.
Twice now, and make it 3 times overall. He has relieved Colmenter and has been incredible.
He's going to need to be here again tonight.
Line drive down into left field. Hustling aggressively into third. The throw in front of the runner by Kubel. So right away, lefty on lefty. A base hit. Another big night by Jason Hayward. He has got 7 runs batted in this season. 3-2.
None of these balls hit hard, but they are hit right in the right spot. McCann, a little swinging bunt, then a dunker out in front of Parr. Now a dunker out in front of Kubel. And the Atlanta Braves are taking the lead. Now they're looking to have a really big inning. So Wade Miley can't come in and shut the door. Now he'll do well to keep this just a 1-run game.
Juan Francisco. Broke his bat. More bad luck for the Diamondbacks. Good news for the Braves. Hayward coming on down. The throw from Pollock. The tag. Safe at the plate. The ball pops loose. Henry can't hang on. 2 more runs for the Atlanta Braves. And there's your big inning. They lead it 5-2.
And more bad luck. This one hit probably softer than any of them. However, it doesn't matter when you hit it in the right spot. And that's exactly what happens. Just another broken bat, just right in the middle of nowhere. And Hayward, the ball's waiting on him, but Henry forgot to catch it and couldn't make the tag. So a big inning now, and Diamondbacks just had their hearts pulled out.
And a fastball is poured in there for a strike. 2 of those 3 runs are charged to Colmenter. Pumps a fastball in there again. 0-2 the count. Josh went on a nice roll in the middle innings. I would imagine he'll tell you he's not all the way back to where he wants to be, but it was a positive step. Club's down 5-2 though. A little roller. Goldschmidt plays it. Hustles to the bag and in time for the out. Our umpires, by the way, tonight doing a fine job, and they wanted to pass along a note with regard to Umps Care, the group that throughout their travels around the country, they never have a home game, by the way, folks, but they're always involved in the communities where they stop. Example, Bob Davidson instrumental in putting together a fund called Mike's Final Trip. Mike Mulder, who passed away, a clubhouse man who left behind a 12-year-old daughter with autism, a 12-year-old child with autism. And they raised, the umpires got together in a charitable effort, raised more than $8,500 and gave it to the Mulder family. The umps don't get spoken about enough in this vein. Umps Care, a fabulous charity.
They do a great job. And they do a lot of great things besides call baseball games.
The 1-1. Minor puts it on the ground. In time for the out. A huge inning for the Atlanta Braves. And not too many hard hit balls.
You to score the winning run, then get home safe. With great beer comes great responsibility.
The two key arms in this contest talking it over. They have had to work together a lot with Colementer's first two outings, which were struggles in short, and Miley was coming on in the early stages of the game. Josh pitching deeper in this one. But as great as Wade was in cleaning things up in the past, he wasn't able to be a miracle worker tonight. And look, the Diamondbacks don't give back when they get Texas leaguers to the other team. When they get broken back RBIs, they count them.
Oh, absolutely.
So, unfortunately for Arizona, it swings that way.
Bad luck, but it all, yeah, exactly. The pendulum certainly went the Braves' way that time. But there's still plenty of baseball left, but the Diamondbacks have an uphill climb. Just missed the outside corner. Good try. 1-2.
5-2 the score. Arizona does a majority of their hitting in the first inning, and then after that, they've got a hard time cranking it up. And it's dramatic. Thought about it.
There was a flinch from Andy Fletcher, the home plate umpire. But it looked like it was outside. Just a shade.
Two and two the count. That's what we're speaking about. It's so funny, too, because if you followed Arizona last year, they were the antithesis to that. You'd say, hang in there, folks. Breaking ball, strike three. This is the luck that the Braves are able to take advantage of. Breaking ball in there for a strike. I'll tell you, Francisco's hit looked eerily similar to a hit that won Arizona a World Series, so they probably shouldn't frown on that one. Into the dirt it goes. With the infield drawn in, one that just died like a 9-iron out there on the grass. 1-1 the count.
Well, they're beautiful if you can get them.
That's exactly right. All right.
What do you got?
Time to get things going here.
Just missed that inside corner.
We got to tip your cap to the young man, though. He has really been pounding fastballs in when he needs to, showing his changeup enough.
Very
away.
Impressive. Three and one. Got tied up by a fastball in there on 3-1.
Montero watching tonight, Blanco working. Goldschmidt down the line. Fine play out there by Prado. Prado showed a good arm earlier in the contest, throwing out Kubel. And a guy who used to play a lot in the infield looks very comfortable out there.
Looked like Paul Goldschmidt was kind of limping coming around second base. Let's hope he's okay. That's a nice play out there by Martin Prado. Let's hope Paul Goldschmidt's okay. Looks like he had a grimace on his face. Looks like he's all right. Just not very happy about that result.
A little grimace and a grab. Big swing by Roberts as he fouls that one up into the upper deck, and that's a souvenir. Ryan 0 for 2. Hitting 196 on the season.
And he's another guy that needs to get it going in the absence of Upton and Young.
I got a piece of McCann as he checked his swing.
Took a nice bite out of Brian McCann, the inner ankle.
The Braves pieced it together, as we mentioned, at home on a recent homestand. You can ask the Milwaukee Brewers about a sweep that they were handed. And they took 2 of 3 from the New York Mets. Has been very consistent. He's having a great night.
Pretty economical with his pitches as well.
Roberts pulls that one, and it's a foul ball. Arizona 3-5 in their last 8. The Braves right now are, after starting the season very slowly, heading in a different direction. Remember, Atlanta opened 0-4 to start the year. And in their last 8 games, they're doing just about everything well, mainly offense. They're hitting the ball. They're hitting themselves out of any mistakes. And Roberts goes down, strike 3. And pondering the rest of this contest and pondering comments from his mom. Geico quoted the game. She said, well, you're just going to have to deal with it. And they're going to have to carry a little extra baggage. Pretty funny. She understands. Gibson went on to say she isn't even really sure of the team mantra. We haven't shared it at length about what I have on my desk. The deal with it that was given to him by the Navy SEALs, the great desk plate. But Mom, well, we were talking about Mother's Day earlier. Mom's always right, and that's what Kirk Gibson's mother told him about dealing with the injuries of Chris Young and Justin Upton. Trying to get people healthy. 2-1 the count to Michael Bourne. Pitches up and away. Stephen Drew played 3 innings at shortstop in an extended spring game today.
How'd it go?
Salt River Fields, had 4 at-bats, had a double. That one is high, a leadoff walk. The last guy in the world you'd want to walk. But he is on. Pat Corbin pitched very well tonight in Double-A. He is part of a trio that will be continuing to push Josh Colmenter here in the major leagues. So far, these are the numbers. of the 3 talented pitchers. Trevor Bauer, noticed the strikeouts. Tyler Skaggs doing very good work as well. And Pat Corbin's ERA after tonight, 7 innings, 2 runs, 9 strikeouts, 1.80 on the season.
Mercy. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. With Patrick Corbin, Trevor Bauer, Tyler Skaggs. They'll be here. It's just a matter of when.
We're going to keep an eye on those gentlemen. We will constantly update you on their progress, like we did with Paul Goldschmidt last year. And there he is.
Well, he hit like 75 homers in his first 30 games in AA last year, so we had to.
1-0 the count to Martin Prado. Diamondbacks playing a little bit of fire because Bourne has been on 3 times tonight, and he has been stealing bases, we mentioned, in 4 consecutive games. Hasn't stolen one yet.
Josh Coleman did a really good job holding him on. Now Miley's turn.
Bouncing ball on a backhand. There's one. With the dig, not in time. Great effort there by Hill. Nice dig by Goldschmidt. Prado runs too well. A nice play, though, to get the lead runner in Bourne.
Nice play by Bloomquist at short with the backhand grab. And he gives the perfect feed. Just ahead of that throw. Flying down the line was Martin Prado.
Atlanta's grounded into just 2 double plays this year. That's the lowest total in the big leagues. Just 2. That one is fouled off. Speed in all the right places, and probably a lot of fly balls hit as well. League average for a team in the big leagues is 10, 5 times that. Freddie Freeman leaned on one in the first inning to the big part of the ballpark. Quick to the zone. 1-1 the count. Miguel Montero still putting in an honest night's work now. He's headed down to the pen if he's needed.
I think he's going to be needed with his bat.
You think so at some point?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb. Oh. Didn't get it. Looked like a pretty good pitch at the knees. Wade Miley didn't get it.
Oh, boy. Goodbye into the pool and touch them all for Freddie Freeman. His second home run of the evening. He had 1 coming in. He has 2 tonight. That was a blast. And the fans, they throw it back. But it still counts on the scoreboard. 7-2 Atlanta.
That ball was tattooed. That'll make that Braves fan happy. Especially when he has to buy his own tickets next time he comes.
Oh, no, the fans spoke.
Well, no, that was a baloney text poll. They're still counting. They're still counting. There's still some hanging chads to be counted in Florida.
Braves with 15 home runs have tied up Arizona for the 3rd spot in the National League. Cardinals have the most with 18. And they were a club, too, that's cranking up those runs scored. They're second only to the Cardinals. There's that home run list. Stay out of double plays. close pitches not called strike three. It's been kind of a Braves kind of night. You know, they've had a little bit of luck. They've had timely hitting. And you know what you don't overlook is Jones smiles in the dugout as McCann takes inside. You don't overlook the fact that all this made possible by Mike Minor pitching very well. Keeping him right there. Chipper Jones has already learned the veteran trick as Minor enjoys the offense. He goes and stands by the guy who has 2 homers. A moment ago. Shot right field. McCann is on the move. Up against the wall. Parra will take a shot. Could be interesting. And got it.
What a throw by Gerardo Parra. What an amazing throw. He just laughs. Like, what is Brian McCann thinking? Trying it on me. Brian McCann doesn't run well, folks, but he sure can hit and catch. And once it gets by, I mean, there's the bare hand. Woo. One hop, and it is waiting on Brian McCann. That is just an amazing throw by the Gold Glover. Should give him the golden arm. Meanwhile, Wade Miley getting hit pretty hard here.
And don't forget earlier for Parra, he made that unique over-the-shoulder running catch. He's been picking on McCann. McCann hit it. That was earlier tonight in the first inning. He took a shot. 1-2 the count to Dan Uggla.
No, you still got to try. You can't single off the wall. You know, in Fenway you can.
Chopper.
Tough play.
Roberts. And unable to make it. Even cleanly fielded, wouldn't have been able to make that play for an out. As you said right out of the gates, tough play. So Dan Uggla is on. It's his second hit of the night. And now Mr. Hayward. 7 runs, 11 hits, and an error for the Braves. 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors for the Diamondbacks. Here's a strike over the inside. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, that's right. Buy him upstairs. 0-2.
If you missed it earlier today, Matt Kemp hit his 7th home run of the year.
Goodness.
And the Dodgers beat the Brewers on getaway day 4-3 in Milwaukee. Kemp has 18 RBIs as well. Popped foul up and into the seats. And that, by the way, was Aaron Harang, who went 6 innings and gave up 3 runs.
Aaron Harang might be back.
One and 2 the count. LA doing a lot of their damage too early in the season without any sort of emergence offensively as a rookie. Like that man emerged as a rookie last year in Freeman. D. Gordon isn't for the Dodgers, not yet. And still LA doing all that. Drop of the helmet, drop of the bat. Gerardo Parra with a fine play. Somebody needs to tell Mr. Hayward his club just scored a pair of runs. Nice throw.
7th, and it's the Braves with a 7-2 lead over the Diamondbacks. Jody Jackson, Joe Borowski getting you set for Diamondbacks Live, presented by CenturyLink, our post-game show. And Joe, I know you want to talk about Josh Colemanter. Really, the score right now doesn't show what he was able to do in the beginning of this game. What did you see from Colemanter tonight?
The box score tomorrow will not show it, but I thought it was a step in the right direction, something he can build off of. I'll break down his outing and show you what he's able to do tonight that he wasn't able to do in his previous starts. And by the way, Jody, you won't have to stall the show today. I'll get out here on time.
Really? I think I know where you're going with that. Darren, Gracie, back to you.
Interesting. Joe Borowski keeping it mysterious.
Off speed, meantime, Minor evens the count at 1-1. He is the king of the forward tees. Just have no idea what's coming in a few innings. Curveball, fly ball.
No.
And you can hear Terry Pendleton, one-time most valuable player down there in that dugout, letting Freeman know, no, don't be doing that.
We need you to homer more.
There he is.
Well, he was tough, but he was fun to play against. What a terrific career he had. Former MVP.
Part of that worst to first Braves team that turned it all around in the early 90s.
Kind of given up by the St. Louis Cardinals and went and had 3 or 4 really, really good years down there in Atlanta.
He was the MVP a couple of years after a gentleman in L.A. won the MVP without having the best numbers.
Kirk Gibson.
I mean, very similar. These two MVPs were heartbeats of their team. Pendleton in the early 90s, Gibson in 88. Both of them were bested offensively by several players.
Oh, yeah. Barry Bonds had incredible numbers the year Terry Pendleton won the MVP.
But they were most valuable for division winners.
Right.
Changeup locked him up. That's strike 3. Boy, I'm told we've got a good trivia question we're going to answer about most valuable players. I'm glad we were talking about that. How many National League MVPs has he won? 1999.
Oh, man. Boy, he partied.
Like it was 1999.
Yes, he did.
Well, because it was.
Well, right.
Right.
He got in his little red Corvette and partied hard like it was 1999.
Well, he received that award as Parra bunts a one-hopper back to the mound, and he is out.
He and his girlfriend, Nikki.
A lot of Prince references. I will tell you this. The Chipper received that award in 1999 in November and only was able to enjoy it for about a month and a half because he was concerned about Y2K in the final weeks of 1999. I mean, he had the award sitting there, but by the time it was December 30th, he couldn't even think straight.
Well, he lived in a bunker for months.
1-0 the count.
Had armed guards.
Henry pops that one foul. Down below it goes. 1-1 the count. Lyle Overbay waits on deck. That's heading our way.
It's heading this way.
We get it?
No.
Where'd it go?
It went right out of your hands.
You have it?
Is it here?
I don't have it.
Yeah, it hit your iPad.
No, the iPad's fine.
Yes, it did. Now, my partner ran from that one, folks.
There it is. I don't even know where it is.
Terrible.
I didn't even see it.
The Arizona Diamondbacks and the Atlanta Braves. Thank you.
Man, who doesn't love Kachinko? I know I do. You can find out more and how you can play it right here at Chase Field. Go to the interactive kiosk near section 111 during regular season home games. It's Kachinko. We love Kachinko like that young gal loves the D-backs. Thank you, Chipper, end of an era. Chipper Jones, we will have a conversation with him tomorrow, and you can hear parts of it throughout the weekend. As a kid, I loved Atlanta. As an adult, I love the Diamondbacks. As a fan, I'll miss Chipper.
Leading off for Atlanta, third baseman.
It's very well said. That's why that fan down there below is getting a contract, because he is converting.
Well, he deserves a contract after making that play. I'm going to recant my feelings of whether he should get a contract. He should get a contract only because he made an incredible play, and you couldn't have botched that last one any worse than you did.
I didn't even try to make
you just
the play.
Botched it.
Breaking ball, ground ball. That's a fair ball. Juan Francisco. That one is into the corner. And he is on. Right down the line.
Right over the bag it's going to go. Francisco yanks it right down the line. Good call over there by Rob Drake. He's a friend of the show as well. These Braves have really put on their hitting boots here in the last couple of innings. I mean, are you ashamed of yourself about that effort you gave on that foul ball?
If I would have made an effort. I thought it was 20 feet over our heads. And all of a sudden it landed on our desk. It looked like it was a mile high up and over our heads, and it just
You're
died.
saying it landed right in front of your desk.
Well, this is our desk. This is a shared desk. It ran it in front of me. If I'd have known, those are the easy ones to catch. I caught one at Fenway like that, a high arcing pop, as a broadcaster. I thought it was gone. Let me put it this way. Awful judgment. Poor judgment. I should have just stood up and put my hand out. But no. I want to apologize to the viewers for poor judgment. Because if I wanted to, I'd have made the play.
In lousy hands.
Bouncing ball to the bag he goes. Now let's be clear about that as Francisco moves to third. There were no hands involved. If the hands would have been involved, I'd have made the play.
Well, how about just fear of the baseball? Maybe you should.
There was no fear.
You were scared of that ball, and you know it.
No, not scared at all. Thought it was over our heads. I wasn't under the desk.
All right. We'll have to take your word for it.
Just like that fan, you'll have to take his word for it.
He made a heck of a play. That's documented.
Yeah.
Mike Minor trying to add on here. Nice little breaking ball from Joe Patterson.
0-1 the count to the pitcher. Minor, your thoughts on Minor's efforts tonight as a pitcher?
Well, he's been brilliant. He gave up a couple of solo runs, an unearned run, but he's been terrific. He's just been pounding the strike zone.
Coming on home, the tag, the out. Nice play. Roberts to Blanco.
Very nice play by Ryan Roberts, the high hopper. You got to come up with it cleanly and then throw a strike, but yet stay under control. Easier said than done. There's the high chopper, charge it. Now from close range, you got to throw a perfect throw, and he does. And Francisco's out easily. Nice play by Ryan Roberts and by Henry Blanco.
So 1-0 the count to Michael Bourne. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Yeah, that actually was a terrible play and a terrible effort.
But because of that, I've recanted my feelings about our Braves fan making that heck of a play. Now we're going to give him a contract.
I mean, that I didn't think to stand up, that I thought that ball was over our heads. It's embarrassing. I'm quite embarrassed. I'm humbled right now. I'm proud of that man.
I mean, we only get so many baseballs back here in our booth. You know, we got to make those plays.
And it didn't stand for long. It spit right back out. 2-2 the count. Has he gotten his contract yet? Do we know? We need confirmation on it.
Doesn't look like it.
That one is outside from Joe Patterson. Now this is a real catch.
That's a great grab. Didn't spill his beverage. He even said it didn't hurt. Just didn't hurt.
Breaking ball is inside. That is ball 4. Well, we'll keep an eye on him, and when he gets that contract, we'll be excited to show it to you. 4 free tickets. We've had a lot of fans on Twitter ask us about the contracts. The contract, again, is, like Shane wanted to know, you get 4 free tickets to an upcoming Diamondbacks game and a substantial discount at the Diamondbacks team shop.
Yes.
4 free field level seats. Good tickets.
Good. Well, they're all good tickets if you ask me. But
I would agree.
But some of the best tickets you can get.
And they're on us.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they take it out of our paychecks.
Every single time.
1-0 the count. Breaking ball, fair ball. That one's heading down into the corner. 1 run is in. Another run come on down. And 9-2. The Atlanta Braves lead it on top of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tough inning for Joe Patterson. They won 14-6 yesterday over the Mets. They drove in at least 2 runs in the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and the 8th innings. Tonight they've scored in 4 different innings, these Atlanta Braves.
It's an impressive bunch as the high fives continue in the visiting dugout.
Line drive down for a base hit. Freeman is on the move. Coming on down is Prado. Freeman with a double. And the Braves add another one. They lead it by a score of 10-2 over the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And Joe Patterson ended up getting a couple outs, and boy, a 2-out late walk really comes back to haunt him. Because after that, Prado and Freeman have hit back-to-back doubles. And these Braves have put 3 on the board, and they're continue to pour it on here on Joe Patterson and the Diamondback bullpen.
At the plate, catcher Brian McCann.
Swing, and he takes it as the breaking ball misses outside. 1-0 the count. He wanted to unload on that sweeper. The Oregon State alum deals it, and it misses away. 2-0 the count. Patterson misses outside. 3-0 the count from Joe. McCann, a couple of singles. Thrown out trying to stretch one into a double in the 7th inning. There's a strike. You knew that streak would end, by the way, the first run allowed to a leadoff hitter when Michael Bourne came around to score. Diamondbacks had kept all leadoff hitters from scoring this year. He had reached in 4 straight plate appearances, 4 straight times, the last 2 with walks. You knew if you kept playing with fire, you'd get burned. Too much speed. Big swing on 3-2. If you play with fire, you'll get burned.
Ah, very good, Darren. I like that. I like that a lot. Well said.
Bouncing ball to the bag in time for the out. I can't take credit for that Bourne phrase. That's Mickey's. Good call, pal.
Attaboy, Mick.
Fans, check out CenturyLink high-speed highlights from tonight's game.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Tough one tonight if you're a Diamondbacks fan. Atlanta rolling by a score of 10-2. As the first pitch to pinch hitter John McDonald is high, 1-0 the count. John 3 of 14 with a pair of doubles and a long ball. He hit it a couple of nights ago. And pops that one foul up and into the seats for John. Tomorrow the Diamondbacks look to return to their winning ways.
They need to.
Trevor Cahill, Brandon Beachy is on the mound. John on the ground. And in time for the out. Let's bring in Mark McClune. He has got a delivery to make. Mark, what do you got?
All right, well, the fans have voted in Colton. You get a contract even with the Braves hat. You can come back to the game anytime, and a discount at the team shop. How's it feel?
Very good. I'm just glad I was able to catch the ball,
It was a great catch, but your friend Preston here, you're getting the business on Twitter and some friends. How big is your head, actually?
7.5 inches, Mark Grace and Darren Sutton. And
whoa, no, there's no Mark Grace to it.
I was thinking maybe Joe Torre or my man Bob Brentley. But you have to confirm that with me. I definitely don't have a smaller head than you. I can guarantee that. Mark Grace, thank you.
Well, whoa!
Wait a second. Mark Grace is saying that was not him. That was all Darren Sutton. But so does Colton have the small head then? Can you change hats again and just show us real quick the dimensions? Get him to put on the Diamondbacks hat. We did give him a contract.
Yeah, Cole's got the summer cut going. I've got the long hair going for a wedding in Hawaii. But he's got the summer cut. That's why my head appears bigger than it is.
When the two of you came to the game tonight, did you have any idea, dressed as a D-back fan, Braves fan, he'd be getting the contract with the Arizona Diamondbacks?
We actually discussed it, but I didn't think that he'd be getting the ball. I stepped out for a second. I saw him make the great snag and save his drink at the same time. I was a little bit embarrassed. We actually got a second try at one, but it was on the left-handed hitter, so I'm kind of glad to get my hands on that one.
All right, so when are you coming back? And what are you wearing when you come back?
Whenever my next birthday is. This is an early birthday present, so I'll take it whenever it comes.
Well, happy birthday. And we'll let you keep, maybe that'll be a rally hat, but yeah. Congratulations. Guys, back up to the booth.
See, that's just wrong.
That is great stuff.
That is wrong.
Gracie,
I didn't say one thing about that rascal's noggin. And he's coming after me with guns a-blazing.
The 1-1 to Willie Bloom.
I want that contract back now.
Well, look, here's what we've learned. I'll believe he's a 7.5 because I'm a little bit above a 7.5, not much. I'm about a 5/8. So if that gentleman is a 7.5, I'll go with that. That means his buddy is about a 6 1/3.
Yeah, there's a good chance that's a tiny melon.
Fair enough. I mean, he threw out a hat size like he knew what he was talking about. You can't really fake that. I'm leaning still on the fact that he's at least a 7 3/4.
Well, he said 7.5. We have to take him for his word. But if that's the case, then I think the other fellow could wear my 8-year-old's hat.
Until we have another play here.
What do we got here? What do we got? All right. Nice play.
Nice. Atta boy. That's a 7.5 melon as well. Swing and a miss. I don't know why it makes you laugh so much.
Talking about guys' melons on.
I mean, I got the big.
Oh, what a giant head.
Chad. Back of the ball yard, a reminder, our Miller time moment. Well, a fun little moment. As promised earlier in the contest, Mr. Bourne, we had to hold up the game earlier. He had to have a quick potty break. What are you guys starting without me?
That is very funny. And Justin Upton and Chris Young having a laugh at Michael Bourne's expense, but it's Michael Bourne and the Braves that are having the last laugh tonight.
Now you bet. You bet.
Batting second, number 40, J.J. Puts. Leading off for Atlanta, second baseman
J.J. Puts ready to go to work. And it simply is just that. It's work for the veteran right-hander. Belted. Down. Over to play it. Is Google. Dan Ugla with the base hit.
That's his third of the evening. Well, these Braves have just caught fire here. 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th. And bang, that one, very first pitch that J.J. Puts throws.
John McDonald stays in. He is at short. He is in the 9 slot. J.J. in the number 2 spot in the order. Bouncing ball. You hope you get one. There's one. That's all you'll get with Hayward running. Hey, a quick reminder, and we'll remind you over the next couple of days as well. It benefits SARC, the Southwest Autism Research and Resource Center. 7th annual Sutton Strokes for little folks out at the Arizona Grand Resort. Call 480-818-1406 or visit suttongolf.org. Again, it's a lot of fun. Have live music after the event. And again, the folks at SARC right down here by the ballpark, the Southwest Autism Research and Resource Center will benefit. We look forward to seeing you out there on May the 10th if you have some free time or you'd like to be a part of a good cause and a fun event. And thanks for letting me mention that for a moment, folks. That one is inside. Happy birthday, Kevin Kellogg.
Yeah, Kevin, I didn't know that. Happy birthday, pal.
39 years old. That is fabulous. 39 today. That is great. Or 55. Whichever you'd like to take. He actually, Kevin, is looking good up there. Same age as Chipper Jones.
40.
Oh, no, 55. Chipper's 55 now.
Gotcha.
1-1 the count. Just don't tell him I said that till after I do the interview with him tomorrow.
Yep, I'm telling. He's going to cancel.
1-1 the count. High fly, center field. That sends back Pollock. And he is there to make the play and put it away. Very similar. Almost look like twins.
You're right. Separated at birth.
Yeah, I'm sure you folks can see the stunning. They both have kind of the goatee.
Both have a little salt and pepper working. I like it.
Pass Sternicki from J.J. Bouncing ball. Get that bare hand out of there. I know it's a single, but those fingers, those digits on the end of that very important closer's hand has no business grabbing a baseball. He pulled it back wisely.
Chops over. Oh, I don't know if he pulled it back. It just missed his hand, fortunately. There's a pitcher. Keep that meat hand out of it.
Pinching for Mike Minor, number 20, Eric Hinsky.
Here's a guy who's about a 7.5, 7 3/4. Eric Hinsky, he pinch hits.
Now this is a grande noggin right here.
And a man who the last 2 or 3 years has been a big part of this role. He has played himself into this role, and that man's night was incredible.
Yeah, he was outstanding tonight, that being Mike Minor. And Eric Hinsky, former Rookie of the Year with the Toronto Blue Jays quite a few years back. Been doing a great job off the Atlanta bench the last few years. One of the good guys in the game, too.
Into the dirt it goes. Minor went 8 innings, gave up just 1 earned run. Oh, Johnny Venters.
Oh, man. He's always a bad guy to see warming up, because it always means the Braves are winning, and it means he's going to be bringing nearly 100 miles an hour worth of left-handed gas.
Swing and a miss. Hinske will see his starts on occasion, but the biggest role is to pinch hit for young pitchers like that when he's needed. When he does play, he has had over the last few years starts at first and in the outfield. He can still handle himself well enough in the outfield. Fly ball left. That one is cleaned up. Puts it away. Oh my goodness.
There's the Buckethead Brigade.
There they are. Yikes. Gerardo Parra, fabulous tonight defensively. He's our defensive APS Energy All-Star, leaping play. Brian McCann doesn't much like that, I'm sure. Well, Brian McCann, he'll show Gerardo Parra, or will Parra show him? Nice job defensively by Gerardo Parra tonight. Unfortunately, couldn't run them all down, and the Braves are comfortably on top with 16 hits. They lead it 10-2. Kubel in the hold, 0-1 against Johnny Venters. Made somebody happy a moment ago. Youngster came running down, asked for that baseball and a high five. There we go. Bouncing ball. Freeman leaves his feet. Venters gets over. Nice play.
Now Freddie Freeman just doing everything well tonight. Couple of long balls, and now he robs Jason Kubel of what would be a base hit. Just an excellent game from the young stud first baseman. Not like Johnny Venters needs that much help anyway, does he, Darren?
Young man out of Indian River Community College. He doesn't need any at all. 85 appearances last year, 96 strikeouts. As the fastball is up and away at 93. His career earned run average, he broke in back in 2010, is 184. There's a soft one for a strike.
Yeah, he can go much more than 90, folks.
That one dives low off speed. 2-1 the count. Venters in his career 10.1 strikeouts per 9 innings of work. Goldschmidt, high fly, has Hayward retreating shy of the track. And Hayward puts that one away for the second out. Paul 1 for 4 tonight.
Third baseman, Ryan Roberts.
And now Ryan Roberts. hoping to keep the team alive and give them a couple of more shots. Roberts grounded out back to the mound. He flied to left and he struck out. And Roberts takes low and inside. There's 95. 1-0 the count. Don't forget to hang around with us. Post-game show. We'll keep it right here. We'll break this game down and look ahead to tomorrow as well. Some thoughts on Josh Colmenter and his efforts. He needed to pitch an effective game tonight. Was it effective enough? I know Joe and Jody will talk about it. Gracie and I with our thoughts as well.
But it was much improved.
It was definitely a step in the right direction. Mr. McCann dropped a strike, and so Roberts is on with a walk.
Second baseman, Aaron Hill.
Charles Nagy, tireless in between those starts. We see him quietly seated on the bench all the time. His work is done long before the gates open, usually with pitchers. Bullpens, tweaking mechanics.
That's a good fastball.
Charles doesn't have many nights like this. That was a giant exhale of a man having a 10-2 deficit to deal with. And he got his veteran sitting next to him. 1-1 the count.
He's dropped. That's how much movement this kid has on his fastball. Brian McCann having trouble just catching him cleanly. And he is a very good receiver.
Ah, there we go. We love him too. And we love that you love him. They say we love our D-backs up there. Look at that, Gracie.
Goldschmidt.
See? Love our D-backs. More young fans than ever over the last few years. This team's worthy of jumping on board with. High ball 4. What's going on with Mr. Venters here tonight?
Well, back-to-back walks.
Roger McDowell.
Roger McDowell. He'll take some trips to the mound.
Oh, really?
Well,
is he a mound guy?
He's a guy that likes to go to the mound, have some conversations. Boy, could he sink it with the best of him? He had a good Vaseline ball, too.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yes, he did. You definitely had to hit the dry side when Roger McDowell was out on the mound.
That was just a sinker.
It was a sinker, all right.
Now batting right field.
It just had slobber all over it.
Ah, state of 8 out there.
The state of 8.
There's a section down below. When you come out to the ballpark, ask those at Chase because they'll be in the know. Where Gerardo Parra has put his gold glove, Kirk Gibson has put his Manager of the Year award. They're out on display. You can come and snap a photo. It'd be a pretty neat thing to do. Ah, good hands there.
Attaboy, EY.
Yep. It's right over there if you want to see that gold glove. Just over there. Yeah, just check it out. I don't know which section, though. I didn't get that release. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. That'll do it. And the Atlanta Braves start their road trip off on the right foot. They are victorious tonight in a comfortable win over the Arizona Diamondbacks by a score of 10-2. Same two teams will do it tomorrow. We look forward to talking about it with you. We're going to get it on out to the post-game show. Mike Minor was great. 8 innings, 1 run allowed. Josh Colementor a little bit better. We'll break it all down after this commercial break. CenturyLink postgame, Diamondbacks Live.